Well, we always have a new concept that breaks through. The latest one I was just reading about is called Mankeeping.
I got 2 in here they can keep.
I love how we have to have a name for everything out there.
Everything. And let me guess, it's going to pit men and women against each other.
I love it. Tell me everything.
There's no way this is going to be a positive article, especially for men.
It's going to be so bad for you.
Oh, yeah.
But go on, Kevin.
And then I'm forced to listen to Virginia cheerlead this art. And then if I say anything, I'm a sexist pig.
So I'm just curious if you think there is something to this. Now, mankeeping refers to the disproportionate emotional and social labor that women often perform in heterosexual relationships, particularly regarding their male partner's emotional well-being and social connections. Now, the concept, they say, describes the work that women will do to support their partners. They'll manage their stress. They'll interpret their moods. They'll facilitate their social interactions, and often without reciprocation. Essentially, mankeeping highlights the imbalance in emotional labor where women are expected to be a primary source of support and social connection for their male partners, especially as men's friendships decline.
Yes, Daddy.
And that's what they notice is that, okay, we are having to do more work as the men don't socialize as much.
This is one of those articles where this is a human thing. There are women who do this. There are guys who do this. It's called being in a bad relationship, and it can be a guy or a woman that's doing it. It's not just men. It's not just women. It's a human thing.
He's trying to remain calm.
I am.
You're watching him. He's, let me choose my words and not have the vein in my forehead start sticking out.
Well, I can't have Flava Flav over here, the hype man.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Daddy.
Yeah, I know. She's egging it on.
Okay, she knows.
And look, they have noticed a slight difference in the genders, but it's not radical. 85% of married men, they say, will go to their spouse for personal support before talking to any friends or relatives. 72% for married women. So you will go to your spouses as well. But I think really what this highlights is that men, as they get older, don't seem to have the same kind of close relationships that women do. And so they're venting more to their partner, and they're noticing a level of fatigue that is coming from that.
Yes, you're fatiguing me right now, Kevin.
For every example you have of that, there's a...
Like I said, it's 85% of men to 72% of women. So it's not much different.
And who did this study? IHateMen.net.
We own that. I own that.
Oh, okay. Are you also getting IHateTheMaleSpecies.org?
Yeah, it's our charitable arm.
University of Binghamton, I believe, is who did this study.
You guys have your own charity?
We have our own charity.
It's just for every man you hate, donate.
Hate and donate.
So they're saying, in a sense, I think what they're looking at here is just the amount of friends and how you kind of vent, and also how women, for some reason, take it on as their role that they have to be such a supporter. And what it does is they say it emotionally wears women out, that they are taking on the problems that their partner has, and they find that to be fatiguing. And in a sense, I put the blame of that on the women. Because I don't know any guys asking you to do that. I think that women sometimes have a tendency to do that. They are like, I'm going to take on the issues that my kids have. I'm going to take on the issues that my husband has. And then you find yourself kind of burnt out. And that's why they call it mankeeping. But at the same time, I don't know that every guy's asking you to do it. For some reason, you just feel like it's your obligation.
They're trying to create an environment, a home life, a life in general that is correct. They want to come correct. They want relationships to be correct. They want appearances to be correct. And yes, absolutely, we do put it on ourselves unnecessarily to make everything look so perfect.
And then to show you how important having friends are as you get older, they say people with the highest mental well-being typically have 5 close, dependable friends. And those who have poorer mental health average just over 3. And so that's what they're saying. They notice the difference in the gender. And this is the alert to men. Don't let your friendships fail as you get older. And it used to be that guys would socialize a little bit more. They go to the bars together. They had their fraternities. They would, do the golfing. If you find yourself getting older as a guy and you're letting those relationships lapse, you might be taxing your wife a little extra because now she gets all of the frustrations and the venting and everything else where you could be venting to other guys as well. And I think the lesson is just you might be wearing somebody out with that.
So are you pitching for guys to be allowed to go to the bar more and hang out with the dudes?
In a sense, I am, yeah. I'm saying that I think...
Someone has an agenda.
Well, I think guys should not let their friendships lax as they get older. And I do notice that a little bit. Some with my guy friends is... Maybe they just don't have the bro squad that they used to.
Totally.
But then I can fight that back and notice some of the women in my life that's let their friendships go, and they have the same exact situation that you're describing.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a big difference, but they notice that the tendencies are more for men to do it. And this is a study that had 2,000 individuals in it, and what they observed is that men have a higher tendency to do it than women. And this is the ultimate effect of how it goes down.
He wants to argue with you, but
I know he does.
Kevin's right.
Oh, you mean just let somebody go ahead and talk and not debate on a talk show? Just kind of be a doormat and not give your opinion?
Women are right, men are wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Shut up and sit down.
People want to say argue when you actually have a valid point and want to debate the crap that you're hearing. Yeah. That's not arguing, it's debating.
To me, I think it's nothing more than just kind of a heads up, because if this is a tendency and it does happen, be aware, because they say that women take on more exhaustion and burnout that they've found in this study
Yes.
than sometimes men do.
I feel exhausted and burnt out.
You have no idea.
I need a break.
That's the first thing I've agreed with you probably all year. Yes, exhausted and needs a break.
Take my men. Take these men out of my life so I can have a break.
Give me a break.
For me, what I notice, and to me, it's just in my personal life, this speaks to me because I feel like my wife feels like she has to take on everything. Like, for instance, I had to get some things at Publix. She's like, no, I'll get that. And I'm like, I can easily go to the store. She's like, no. I want to take care. I'm like, let me just go do it. It's not that big of a deal. And so she, for some reason, takes on some of these tasks that I would tell her, and I've tried. I'm like,
Maybe she thinks you don't do Publix right.
Well,
it's for me. If I don't do it right, it's like, oh, well, I screwed myself.
Well, you know, Kevin,
I needed my own deodorant. I needed my own toothpaste. It was all things for me. She's like, I'll go do that. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
According to that article, she is exhausted doing this.
Well, I think what she does, there's something in her head that she takes on more than she needs to. And you're right. And if she ever does say that, then that would start an argument where she'd be like, I'm burnt out, I'm exhausted. I'm like, I'm not asking you to do this. In fact, you're taking on stuff you don't need to.
Maybe this is deeper rooted in her, where she really needs for you to need her. And that may come from psychological damage from her childhood.
Right.
She needs you to need her so that you guys don't ever split apart.
Yeah.
And she's creating a world where there's no chance of you guys ever being apart. She loves you that much.
Yeah, well, and that's where I wonder. I noticed this in my own, and I was like, okay, is this the case? Because it's kind of a wake-up call to me, and just to be like, hey, you got to, and to me, I think what the headline is that number 5, close, dependable friends. You should be able to say, okay, do I have that? Can I count those 5 people that I could go vent to about life and work and things like that outside of my partner? And this could be guys or girls. And if that's the healthy number, I think that's what you got to maintain.
If you don't have it, you need to rekindle it.
Right, exactly.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
Guys and girls, you do need those connections.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
But it's not just one gender after another. I know a lot of people. What are you laughing at? Whatever, man. You're not going to be happy until there's a gender war. I know your agenda.
And part of it was age. And they said that they've noticed that some people, as they get older, the friendships start to fall off.
Because people are dying.
Yeah.
The older you get.
But you're right. It takes effort to keep those friendships.
Right.
It's easier when you have less energy to let them fall by the wayside.
And I think the note is that maybe if you are letting your friendships fade, what you're going to do is wear out your partner. Either gender.
Either way, it's going to be your fault, men.
Yeah. Everything. And I love some of the comments that we got here, some of the texts. One said, yeah, men have less friends when we get older because our wives drive them all away before we get married. It's their fault.
Your friends are stupid. You're not allowed to have them.
I know one guy that's not allowed to have friends. I've talked to you about him before. He's the guy I went to Hooters with, and his wife hates me, hates the show.
It happens.
He wasn't allowed to play wiffle ball on a Sunday, and he goes, "Well, why can't I just play wiffle ball with my friends?" She goes, "Because I said so, and I'm gonna just read a book.
It's a control
You're not going. And
it's a control tactic, and it's called the alienation. And it's not just friends. Sometimes a spouse will alienate you from your family,
Right.
friends,
Yeah.
everything, because they want to have complete control of your life.
Yeah, I think it's something to identify. One text says some women are control freaks and they end up doing all the stuff in the house for their children and their spouse, and they get all tired and begin to resent everyone for not doing their part. A lot of times they keep it internal, though, and they stew.
You're
and they're
right.
miserable and they're hating everybody, and they're not asking for help or not communicating, and then it becomes our fault. And it's like, I didn't ask you to do this.
You're right.
That's why I brought up the Publix one. I'm like, I'm asking to go to, I want to go to Publix.
There's nothing more annoying when somebody does something for you when you never ask them for it. And in fact, it kind of gets in the way of things. And then they expect a parade after. And you're kind of like, you are really annoying me. I wish you wouldn't have gotten involved. But now to throw a parade? This is psychotic.
And the same text says, but they don't let anybody do their part because it's not done perfectly. I'm a woman, so I'm not being biased.
No,
But
she's right.
I notice this, and I see that. Another text says, yeah, I think as women, a lot of times we're too guilty of taking on too much.
And if you catch yourself doing that, you have to stop and really talk rationally to yourself and say, go ask for help, divide and conquer. You can't do everything by yourself, and stop trying to control what everybody does. Release yourself from that responsibility because it's not your job.
Because there are some werewolves you just can't control.
Why would you want to?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right.
Let your man go to the bar and have a beer. You can have some peace and quiet and go read a girl magazine or whatever you want to do. Go watch a soap opera. Go catch up with the housewives. Like, let him go have drinks with his buddies.
And honestly, that's really. I know sometimes people will think if they're going out, oh, their partner's stepping out. Sometimes, really, all people need is just to blow off some steam with their friends and be able to let their hair down
and just loud.
Yeah, and just be. Yeah. Have a beer, listen to some music, tell some old stories, laugh a little bit.
As women, we do try to control too much, and we're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah, so this, in a sense, is actually a message to ladies out there.
Damn.
See what I did there, Virginia?
Oh, okay. I
tricked y'all. Come on, ladies. I just freaking want to go to Publix.
He wants to go to Publix. He doesn't even want to go to the bar.
just want to go to Publix and just do my own thing real quick.
That's all I want, man. Is that too much to ask?